Hey, my friends, it's your friend Kevin coming to you from Charlotte, North Carolina with my friend Freddie the Teddy. A very happy new year. Today is Sunday, the 1st of January 2023, and this is your card of the day. Right, so this is really my take 2 on this video. I've already done my shuffle and my prayer and pulled the card, and I recorded the whole thing, 20 minutes of it, only to find out that the sound was off and not working. And because I don't have a whole team of controllers saying, no, take that again, I have to do it again. So I am using Angel Wisdom Tarot by Radleigh Valentine and images by Dan Craig. New year, new deck. Here we go. And the card I pulled, no accident, is Awakening. Really a day of reflection, a temporary pause to reflect and get insight to where you are in your life, insight to where you want to go in your life, insight to where the road you've come on your life. You see there's a little road here with two possible ways to go. And here we've got our angel up there, archangel, guardian angel, saying, okay, so what do you want to do? And then here we have the dreamer, which would be us on this journey, upside down, looking at things from a different perspective, or even being in complete and utter confusion. I mean, we see this image with everything's falling out of his bag, including the angel feather that's saying, okay, come on, get it together, wake up. Today is the day to embrace something different, something new. Actually, I'd say today's the day to embrace your own uniqueness, your own newness, your own, I don't know, je ne sais quoi, if you will, something that makes you unique. Now, this is the card number 7 in this particular deck. And number 7 in numerology is you're on the right path. For me, it's a heavenly number. I love it when it shows up. And this card is governed by C, Archangel Chamuel, which is kind of like the friend of God, comes with light, comes with lightness, comes with a sense of joy, comes with a sense of finding the joy in stuff. But listen, don't take my word for it. Let me read what the guidebook says so that you can get a better perspective. So the dreamer is back, as we've said. This is the dreamer moving on, and his situation will require help from past languages of the divine. Archangel Chamuel gets a better view of which path to take. So this also is reflecting and using energy from your spirit guides and your angels to sort of move you forward throughout this year. So here we see, as I've said, the dreamer seems to be hung up. He's taken some time to rethink and reflect, or is he just being playful and wanting a break? His demeanor seems to say, ta-da, look what I can do. And yet, his belongings are falling all over the place. The archangel in this card seems quite focused on something in the distance, but the dreamer is completely oblivious. So the world looks different now, and when you're upside down, looks even more different. Life is presenting the dreamer with the opportunity to see things in a completely different way and to gain new perspective. Now, he's not in any way tied to the moment, so clearly any halt in the progress is just temporary. The dreamer has evolved into a unique and quirky soul. He's willing to be himself without caring what other people think. Perhaps we should all follow his lead. This is also a card that asks you to give to others and perhaps, when appropriate, put their needs ahead of your own. Unexpected changes, seeing beyond what's obvious, looking at the hidden action behind apparent stillness, and also exploring your past lifetimes, unusual solutions, even epiphanies. I like this card for this day. I mean, the 1st of January 2023, you can't make this up. It seems traditional, right? We hear on the news from decades, time to make resolution. What's your New Year's resolution? Like you got to resolve something. Yeah, no, just look at something. Like yesterday we said, kind of look at the shadow stuff. What is really in your junk drawer? What is really in your closet? What's really in your emotional stuff? then you can sort of say, well, I'd like to do something more. Now, this card tells me, you know what? I really need to be better at buying things with less packaging. I really ought to do better at doing business with people who generate their own income, small businesses. I really need to do better at not judging other people, because that means they'll get to judge me, which again, this is what this card is saying. Looking at our own shadow self, our own mischief, if you want, sometimes means searching the soul and finding out where perhaps being too self-critical or feeling those feelings of guilt and shame and all this other stuff causes us not to necessarily want to go past it. But we really need to go past these things if we want to truly be liberated. You know, taking a spiritual path, it may seem that sometimes the energy that we put forth or the way we behave or the way we look at things aren't particularly spiritual, but we do it. Some people do it, know they're doing it, and do nothing to change it, but yet still present a persona of being, well, the term I'm going to come up with is holier than thou. Again, those of us who see the truth, who are the truth, who come from the truth and light and all of this, obviously see right through it. But the danger is mocking it or giving it attention. It isn't our pathway or our job to do that for other people. It is our pathway and our job to do it for ourselves. That does come up for me sometimes. Do I say this? Do I, air my own dirty laundry out there and say this is what I did, not proud of it? Yeah, for sure. It's liberating. Now listen, I'm not saying today's the day that you make a whole list of things that you've done that you're ashamed of, because shame and guilt is, that's a thorny path to walk on. Forgiveness is almost instant. So when you feel something that, I probably should not have done that. That was probably not the best thing to do. Catch yourself, then forgive yourself. And then say, you know what, I'm not going to do that again. Because right there, in that, catching yourself and forgiving yourself quickly puts into your subconscious that it won't get repeated. Because you'll remember it. You'll remember that, this doesn't feel so good. Yeah. There was all kinds of stuff I got in the first take of this video. It's gone whoop. But I think that's okay. That's fine. It was going on and on and on a bit too much. What else have I got to say about that? You could say we're going to start a new year with a new foot. Start on the front foot, not the back foot. Make some choices. How can you help other people? I do think we're going to be facing some pretty tough stuff if you listen to astrologers. The planet's moving. The earth is changing. I mean, all these floods, fires, big old storms that are coming. I mean, you can make it believe what you want to believe. Find a way that you can simplify the outcome of anything that seems conflicting. I mean, the Awakening card does say that we really need to, this would be the Hangman in traditional tarot. We really need to look at things in a different way rather than making the assumption that things are going to be the same, because they're not. And you don't necessarily want them to be. Let's face it, if every single day started and ended the same way over and over and over, what would be the point of being here? So if you can see every day that will be filled with contrast, there is a contrast. The contrast that this is really, I don't know about this, but you can look at the contrast as something, well, this seems familiar, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's a different day. And let's see if there's going to be a different outcome. That's not madness. The madness part, where you do the same thing over and over, expecting, excuse me, I got an itch. You do things over and over, expecting something to change, that's madness. But repeating something that seems to come back up is an opportunity to sort of redo it, but you're redoing it at a different day, at a different time, and with different people involved. So it's not necessarily the same. It feels the same. That's where you get to say, ooh, you know, the last time this situation presented itself, the outcome wasn't so great. But I've just got a blessing of a do-over. How can I make this outcome a little more effective? That's what you look for. Things like the affirmations. How can I be more effective to my community? How can I help other people? Because when you help others, you help yourself. It isn't a bit like, I gave you this, so you should give me X, Y, Z. No. That is crazy. Just give if you can. All right, my friends, I love you. Thanks for commenting. That really helps. I'm learning from all of you. You're all like my coaches telling me, this lands, this didn't land. I got the same from you. Yep, that's good. No worries. All right. Take care. Until tomorrow. Bye.